Welcome everybody. City of Trinidad Planning and Zoning and Variance Commission regular meeting, October 10th, 2023. Can we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Monterano, Armijo,
Present.
Spain,
Present.
Coker,
Here.
Rollo, Norris,
Here.
Leone.
Any public comments that's not on the agenda?
No, sir.
Okay. Approval of the minutes for May 9th, 2023, June 13th, 2023, July 7th, 2023. And then also it looks like we have something on there for September 26th, 2023.
Does the person that makes the motion that it, well, I'll make the motion because I was at all the meetings, so.
Can we get a second?
You got a second, and that wasn't at the last meeting.
I wasn't either.
I don't know if I was at all the meetings either. Can I second it?
Do you want to take them separately?
I second it.
There you go.
I like the way you.
There you go.
I go with that.
Okay.
That works until it doesn't.
Absolutely.
All in favor?
There you
Roll call. Oh,
Oh,
Sorry. Roll call.
Armijo,
Yes.
Spain,
go. Yes, ma'am.
Coker,
Yes.
Norris.
yes.
All right. Any old business? We got none. So let's jump into public hearings. Letter A, Jane Freeman, 2023-VAC-01, request for vacating the formerly, it says vacation, but I'm going to say vacating, right? Of the former alley located on 1006 Western Avenue.
Members of the Planning Commission, Jane Fredman has applied seeking a vacate to vacate a former alleyway abutting her property at 1006 Western Avenue. The applicant's property is described as a portion of lots 1 through 9, block 2, Kirschbaum addition to the City of Trinidad, also known as 1006 Western Avenue. This action is requested to increase the lot size from 5,200 square feet so that it is buildable in conformance with the City of Trinidad Municipal Code. The home that previously sat on this property was destroyed by fire. Rather than rebuild on a non-conforming lot with a rebuild letter, the applicant wishes to acquire this property through a vacate, resulting in an adequately sized lot for a residential structure. All referral agencies have reviewed the proposed vacation and there is no opposition to this action. And I have a correction to my staff report. We previously thought that there was a gas line that ran through the portion that she was seeking to vacate, but there are actually no utilities in that portion. So we won't be reserving an easement if this is approved.
Thank you. Jane, would you like to come up?
Sure, thank you. Do I need to turn this up or anything?
It should be fine.
Okay. Thank you. I'm Jane Fredman, the applicant for this alley vacation, or vacating partial vacating an alley. That's it's odd. This originally started out, well, let me give you a little bit of background. I did buy the vacant lot a couple of years ago after the house burned down. I also own, along with my husband, a house that's at 1018 Western, which is right across the alley from this vacant lot. And that alley, or that property with a house on it, is subject to sort of a carve out where the actual alley roadway is located. So before I bought it back in the 1970s or 1980s, the original owner of my property deeded a portion of my property along with the property to the south of that to the city to sort of right, I shouldn't say right the wrong, but to correct where the actual road was in the alley. When it was platted in 1923, the alley was straight north and south. when the alley was built, the roadway, it's a little bit cockeyed and it impacted the actual lots. And so the city, I think, had the foresight to go in, get a deed from my predecessor owner, and so, of a portion of that. However, where the actual platted lot, or platted alley is, the vacant lot at 1006, it's basically being used as part of the side yard, and it has been for years and years and years. When I purchased the lot from my seller, she wasn't even aware that there was a problem, that was basically her side yard was on, you know, a platted lot owned by the city, or platted alley owned by the city. So I'm trying to correct it. The lot, my lot was basically, you know, smaller than normal, but it was used and accepted, I guess, and basically has been grandfathered in by the city in its current size is 5,200 square feet. My goal was to just create, you know, create a different boundary, vacate the alley so it's consistent with actually what's there, that's physically present, which is the side yard on my lot. It does impact my neighbor to the south. When we originally applied for to vacate this alley, I added my 2 neighbors to the south so that all of the platted alley that wasn't actually used as the road in the alley would also be vacated. And in the last week, the city has decided they didn't have the rights to the actual alley road on the west side of the alley, and so they're not gonna grant the alley to be vacated for my neighbors. So it's just me. There's approximately 1,600 square feet that I'm asking to be vacated of this alley. I can take questions now, or I can go through my hopefully short presentation. But I just want to get on the record why this application meets the vacate criteria, if that's okay with you. And I believe that you do have my vacate criteria review statement. But there's six criteria that I have to satisfy. The right-of-way being vacated is not needed in the short or long term. I believe that the city staff has analyzed that, and it has never been in existence, or it's never been used really as the alley right-of-way, because it has been moved over to the west, so it's not needed. If necessary, the right-of-way will be replaced. It already has been replaced, at least in my area, because for years and years, it's always been to the west, and now my other house lot is impacted, and the city has the rights to where the road actually is. The applicant bears the sole cost of relocating all public utilities or facilities within the right-of-way. As Audra said, there are no public utilities that are affected by this vacation. All public facilities already exist within the current alignment. The public and surrounding properties will not be negatively impacted by the vacation or vacating this portion of the alley, and I would agree with that. It does not affect the actual road that is publicly used by neighbors and everyone else. No lot or other cognizable property interest shall be left without legal access to the public street system if the vacation is approved. Again, the existing alley road is there and is being used.
Can I jump in and ask how that is gonna be? If you're closing off the alley, how are they still gonna have access to use the alley?
It is not closed. The road, if you look at the map that I think is in your packet, there is an existing road. It's just on another piece of property right next to the property that I'm asking to be vacated.
So you're talking this little bit, I mean, because that alley, it is being used by your neighbor, I mean, so access, so you will be able to go from Atchison to Western, or you will not be able to?
Yes. If I can approach and show you my map, it's more basic.
Okay.
And I can show this to everyone, I don't know if you have ability to put it under a screen or projector or something? Okay.
Sorry.
So this, my lots are 18 and 17.
Okay,
The original owner owned, her name was Apante, she owned 14 through 18.
okay.
In 1984, she deeded this portion of this. So
Okay.
she basically carved out of her property, these 5 lots, she deeded this strip.
That
Because,
is the actual alley.
Correct, correct.
Okay, gotcha.
correct, and then this, if you were to go down there and drive by,
I
and
did.
this was staked, this is all fenced, it has the old fence from the burnt out house. There's actually a garage on my neighbor, the Google's property south of here, and so this is already encroached on. It's not necessary to be used, make it really wide. So the original application was give my neighbors to the south a little bit of strip of land, just to make it a clean, vacate the platted lot that isn't being used. But because the city doesn't have this portion, basically, this portion deeded by these neighbors, they are not willing to give up this at this point.
Right.
Okay, so do you understand that? Okay, so this is all, there's a dead peach tree, there's other trees, fence, some landscaping.
Well, access to this lot is actually using that alley as,
Yes,
yeah, I mean,
yes.
it's using that alley as access. So
Yes.
you said side yard, that was my first question.
Yeah, side
it's-
yard, and then there's
Okay.
an entryway there.
But these guys will still be able to get up, like,
Oh, yeah.
this guy was gonna be the one that's affected, because he's got the double gates that go.
But he's already given, yes, but
Right.
she actually has given, she has access, she just uses that because that's where the road is.
Right.
And so that's a city, it's public access now anyway. So she's not really affected, she doesn't know any different, other than if she had a survey and, they staked it.
But you're not, like, when you said vacate, I would, block that off so
Vacating,
you
you
can
can block
make, so
off.
you can make
Oh,
your house.
no. But there's a house already here.
Well, no, I know,
There's a
but,
house, there's a vacant lot here. All I just wanted to clean this up. So all I'm asking for is this. If I didn't get it, I could still build a house because I was grandfathered in because of the fire. So, but all I'm trying to do is clean up
Okay.
and make this a little bit bigger so it satisfies the minimum, size requirements.
so,
for the
but
zone.
you're still gonna have, they're still gonna
Yes,
this
I'm
allowed.
not doing anything to the public
Okay,
road,
okay.
or to the alley.
Because that's what,
Thank you very much.
thank you. That
Yeah,
was-
so nothing is going to change except in the paperwork,
Thank you.
in the, the timing. So with that, I think I'm done, I request that you approve my request to vacate that portion of the alley.
Anybody have any questions? Any other questions?
Well, you answered those questions. I really like the way you posted your public notice on the fence.
Oh, I
wish-
didn't, I think the city
Some,
did.
some,
Yes,
somebody
it
did.
was
I like
very,
that. That was nice.
it was big,
That was
yes.
good. So,
So I'm happy to answer any questions.
I don't think there's any questions.
well, it doesn't affect any of the neighbors, right?
Adequate posting has been made and everyone has had time to be here to make their comments.
Yes.
So
I think, just to make the record, I think that I was answering the question and there's 5 of 6 criteria. And all I'm trying to do is formally make the record. So legal access is fine, no change to legal access. All current and future projected utility access or other easement needs are preserved, and that's correct. The city staff has told me that they don't need an easement, they don't need any utilities. I think they looked at the gas line and it's not in this area, so it's pretty well bare of utilities and other needs, and it's not really needed for any other city purpose.
Well, I gotta say, I wanna thank you. This was very well plotted out and
Great.
brought to the table. So
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Close the hearing. So, my belief is with the work that has been done, I mean, the city has already said we don't have any utilities. There's still access for people to still use the alleyway, so-called alleyway. I'm okay with approval. Anybody else?
We are just going to, city council has to
Well,
approve our
Right, but we
approval.
still
Yeah,
got-
no,
we still
I
have
like,
to
you know,
vote, so
I
I'm
like
just saying-
all the boxes have been checked off. I like this, is very nice. You did your homework well, thank you.
I just wanna make sure that there's still plenty of room for emergency fire and ladder and everything to get down that alleyway once this is completed.
It is a standard alleyway, standard alleyway, so yes.
You did a great job.
Thank you.
I have nothing, this is good.
Can I get a motion?
Move that we approve it.
Second.
Roll call.
Armijo,
Yes.
Spain,
Yes, ma'am.
Coker,
Yes.
Norris.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jane, this will go to city council next week for the first reading of the ordinance.
Okay,
And then they'll have to set it for public hearing. Unfortunately, because of the newspaper dates now, it'll be about a month after that we'll have a public hearing on it.
should I be present either by computer or in person?
Please.
For both, okay. I won't be able to come from next week, but I can come in the month.
Can you
So,
appear virtually next
Yes.
week?
yes.
Blowing this up and showing that access is gonna be not interrupted
Yes.
would
Okay,
help me if I were them.
great, all right. I will, thank you.
They have a good night.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on. Kelly and Tracy Rail, 2023-VAR-05, 2652 Kachar Street, Trinidad, Colorado, 81082. Roof pitch variance of a modular home and garage. Staff.
The applicants, Kelly and Tracy Rail, would like to construct a 15-foot 2-inch by 49-foot modular home. The modular home would be 734 square feet and a garage on the property next to 2652 Kachara Street. The applicants would like a variance for the roof pitch of less than 612 for both structures that is similar to other roof pitches in the area. The new construction is proposed to be located in the Allendale subdivision, Block 6, Lot 15, the vacant lot next to their home at 2652 Kachara Street. Section 14-67 architecture requires all residential structures requiring a building permit to have a roof pitch of equal to or greater than 612. A door facing the front yard, front door, a front porch facing the front yard, equal to or greater than 16 square feet, and must have architectural design, scale, and massing that is consistent with the existing neighborhood character. The applicants will be complying with the requirement to place the front door facing the street and the front porch. Upon canvassing the neighborhood, staff found numerous examples of varying roof pitches less than 612.
Thank you. All right, let me open the hearing.
Is Kelly or Tracy gonna speak, or?
Say that again, I'm sorry?
I thought they were gonna be here in person. Did they send you to represent the application?
She has to, be in Denver, I found out earlier today, for a medical procedure in the morning, they had an opening, so. But, her sister's here, and I'm here as the contractor, so.
And they're online, so your applicant is present at least virtually.
Okay. You wanna come on up and let's talk.
Some of you guys know me, some of you don't. I'm Glenn Moulter, I'm one of the owners of Purgatory Valley Construction. I'm also the modular home gamer. And we're just asking for a variance for the area. This is a little over a 312 pitch roof. All the homes in the surrounding area are 312 pitch. 6 valve. to me, in the whole city, is dumb to require it everywhere you go. It is, let's just deal with this, but so basically,
Good idea.
the 612 pitch is causing Trinidad growth badly for affordable housing, because everybody that wants to do a modular home can't do it because the factory can't build a 612 pitch roof. So clients that I've dealt with are actually buying property in Raton, New Mexico and Walsenburg, and doing them there because they don't have the 612 pitch roof variance. And it's actually causing people not to buy and build here. But anyway, as you can see, it's a pretty nice unit. It's going next to their existing home, and it's going to be for her father so that he could live next to him. There's also gonna be a garage. I don't know, did they give you the plot map with this thing? Excuse me.
That's what I wanna see, is how you're gonna squeeze it all and shoehorn it in there. I didn't see that.
Here's a small map.
Yeah, I see that, but that doesn't, how do you fit that on the lot?
It's a one-bedroom unit for their father to
Well,
live next door.
I didn't see the vacant lot next door, I saw a neighbor, so, okay. Did I have trouble on Charles Street, or?
Their house currently next door is a 312 pitch roof. House on the other side is a 312 pitch roof, and the houses across the street are a 312 pitch roof.
Okay, so.
I'm sorry, and has that been confirmed by any of the city staff about?
Our building inspector looked at the homes, he guesstimated that the majority were 412. But they're all, I think there was probably one that was either 612 or even greater on the entire block.
It's a mixed, it's
No, for
definitely a
sure,
mixed
I know
block.
that area well,
Yeah.
and I would say that, you know, when I look at homes up there, there's, unless you're getting into the 2 stories that have
Right.
the bigger pitch, that most of them are gonna be a very low pitched. The minor houses, they were all very low pitched houses.
You know, it's my understanding that the reason why you put these pitch restrictions is because you don't want these great big roofs to take up the whole skyline, you know. I don't really know that I would,
That's the opposite.
Yeah,
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 exactly, that's what I'm trying to say, that
the purpose of the steep roofs was to, it's more expensive to build. Somewhere there was a judgment call that deemed a 612 roof was more attractive than a lesser thing. So we're trying to, we were as a board trying to, you know, protect the value of people's property by that roof pitch, which I don't agree with, but I'm coming back to how you're gonna fit that thing on the on the lot, because
the garage.
this is a nice picture, but it doesn't relate
It's
to
not
an
the
existing
scale.
house.
Yeah, it's not.
But, I mean,
Can I show you a house that wouldn't be approved here, but one got sold in Walsenburg and one got sold in.
I'm sold on the house. I
yeah.
personally
Yeah.
like the
But-
micro home. I just wanna make sure that it fits.
Yeah.
That's my stuff. They just come out with this model a month ago, and I've already sold 2 of them.
Why can't the manufacturer build a steeper roof pitch?
Excuse
You
me?
said they cannot build a steeper roof pitch, why is that?
Well, they gotta ship it here from the factory, which is 600 miles from here. So it's a height restriction.
Gotcha.
The steepest roof that they can build is a 512 roof, but it comes hinged, lays down for transportation, and then when you get it to the site, it has to be lifted up. It adds about $15,000 to the house just to have a 512 pitch roof for the customer. It's putting people, obviously with the interest rates, out of being able to own a home, because you're adding $15,000 because you have to put a crew in there with a crane to lift it up and put it together and then marry it together. It's a pretty good feat. Case in point, there's some 5 cloud pitch restrictions in City View Heights out there right now. I know 5 houses out there that Franco and his investors put out there. And because of that, they had to add to the price of the house. Them houses are sitting empty right now because they can't sell them to make their margins, and they're high priced. I mean, they're very high priced. I wouldn't buy one for what they put them on the market for.
So these, sorry, I just jumped all my papers around.
They're better that way.
Can we call up a Google map image to discuss the location of the property, please?
On the peak.
Still has some pretty, I get what you're saying about that. Right. But what do you remember is, I think you should try to, again, some of these things are about the areas. Like what he's talking about is,
I always do.
it's most of those places that were ditches. And that's why we went ahead and made it.
Right, and then I believe that one of some of these main points was you can't take into consideration price, that's not what we look at.
No, exactly,
That's right. We're
but
not
you
supposed
can't,
to
what
look
we
at
have,
it.
you gotta pay attention to what's around.
What's around it?
Correct.
Right.
And up there, they didn't have them, the whole neighborhood was looking equal look there, so that's why we did not do that.
See, my feelings on this is that.
So, you know, before we started all this, I run it by Bob Just downstairs to see if we should even ring it. And he said, I showed him everything, and he said, I don't see any problem on my part. So we brought it.
Do you want it
You know,
Okay,
like this?
yeah, that, I mean, okay, so where's 2650? So for 26, yeah.
52?
2.
That's 2650. So this property has an unassigned address. Where this new modular will go, it would potentially be 2650 Kachara Street. The Reynolds own 2652, and that's where their home is. So it's an entire lot, and that's the vacant lot where that modular would go.
So
And
this
you can
house,
lay
would-
it out.
the house would be basically sitting here, and then the garage, there's an existing slab here. The garage would be sitting here. Back, I think there's measurements on the
Right,
lot.
right. No, that goes,
Yeah.
that drops in from there.
So there's the street view of it to give you a little bit better idea
That's-
too.
That works. See, look right next to it. And look, yeah, even, look at how big that is.
So the house would be sitting here,
Okay,
and then the garage would be sitting here. This building
okay,
we
won't
don't,
be here anymore. We'll move it,
okay.
and it'll be here.
that shed's there anymore.
So where's 2650 to the right?
That would be 2650.
I-
2652 is to the right.
okay, and that is y'all's,
Oh, that's the existing house.
That's
Okay,
existing.
okay,
it's a
okay.
very nice home.
And that's their existing house.
And, okay, so is
Basically, that roof will be a little steeper than that existing house.
that pine tree on the hit
Look
list?
at the house off to the right of that. Look at all the roof pictures right there.
And the other one, that one, actually.
Does the
If you
pine
look
tree have
at
to
the
come
picture
out?
of that and this is like a 312, that's almost a 412 on that house print right here.
But this is a true 312 pitch on coming in on these, correct? Or as you say,
So
it's a
it's over,
little bit over?
So there's your neighborhood
It's a little-
roof.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I would say a lot of those houses in that general, right in that general area are kind of like that, so.
Oh, where did I go now?
Lovely. Fall.
Right back.
Fall in Trinidad.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness. Okay, well, here we go, go back this way.
I
So
really
that's
might
the,
be able to
that
use
would be the
tape.
neighboring home.
Okay.
This is the one that, our building inspector thought was at least a 612.
Even that one, I can't even see it being a 612. I guess it could be close, yeah.
I think, isn't there an addition built onto the back end of that, that's steeper? I think that's the,
Yes.
yeah, I think
On
that
this one?
that's the, yeah, I think that's the part that's the 612, not that front
Oh,
addition, but that back half.
Yeah, most, 2 stories in Allendale's got a steeper pitch roof.
Right.
There's some on the backside of their house.
Anything else?
Unless you got any more questions.
You guys got any questions?
What about the issue of, does, an ADU under, does it, I mean, basically it's an ADU, right?
No,
They're
it's on
building.
an empty lot
It's
That's
on an
right.
empty lot and it's of adequate size for a home.
for a home.
Okay, so it's, so it'll be its own standalone.
Yes.
Yeah. It wouldn't, it shouldn't even fall under the category of a tiny home. It's bigger
No, it's
than,
not.
it's bigger than.
It will have its own
Seven-
utilities, there'll be
Yes.
separate deeds.
720.
Okay, yeah. It's
Yeah,
gonna be its own.
actually, Tracy and Kelly bought the house and then they bought the lot next to it later.
Okay.
So it's a separate deed altogether for that lot.
So this will be deeded and
Yes.
so now.
It'll have its own address, its own lot.
It'll be on their own,
Gotcha.
or yeah, it'll be her dad.
Yeah, on its own, on its own.
Okay.
I don't have any questions. You guys have any questions?
I'd like to know about your dad.
My dad, he's a veteran of Vietnam, worked on the railroad for many years, is retired from the railroad, and just he has a home out in Starkville and some property there, and we just my mom passed away about 13 years ago. And so he's ready to move on to something else, so we thought I live here, right here on Delagua, and my sister lives right around the corner, so we thought that it would be a good idea if we could get him in between us, just to help him out. He struggles with his knees and stuff, so that's the purpose of this move.
I like it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm good.
We'll close the hearing. So, I think in my opinion, based off of the criteria, but the 312 does not bother me because Allendale, much of that area it's all over the place. And if I'm correct, we definitely don't want to try to force something that's going to be out of place. Because I feel like if you were to force the hand or go to a higher pitch, it's not going to conform with the rest of the neighborhood.
That's right.
So, me personally, I'm okay with this. So, if I can get a motion, I'd appreciate it.
What do you think, Joe?
No, I also, I think it's a good thing for the neighborhood, and so I would like to make a motion that we approve this, reduced pitch, in this instance.
Second.
Chairman, just for the record, we have another person online. You may want to ask if they have any
Oh, I'm
comments.
Sorry,
Wow.
I'm sorry.
I don't know that they are, but
Yeah.
just to be certain.
Any guests that might be online that would like to speak on this matter, can you please come forward now? I guess they're not there.
Well, I was an attempt at something. Okay, not vacation.
You've called.
Oh, they're trying to get again.
No, that's
Kelly
Kelly
and Tracy.
that's flashing.
Okay.
That's your applicant. I'm
Okay.
not certain who Paul is.
Okay.
Can I continue?
I will note for the record, though, that there are no other neighbors in the audience. The posting was the same on the Rails property as it was for the property on Western Avenue. Noticed in the paper, and neighboring, the neighbors were noticed in writing as well. So
So you sent out a letter to the,
I did.
to the neighbors, okay.
Thank you. I should ask that question. My bad.
I should offer it.
All right, so roll call.
Armijo,
Yes.
Spain,
Yes, ma'am.
Coker,
Yes.
Norris.
Yes.
For the record, would you clarify what that roof pitch is supposed
So are
to be
we,
then?
Audra, are we good to, what's the next step?
Just for the record, I wanted to make sure that we know what the roof pitch is going to be that's approved.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You said it was 312.
So we approve.
312.
Yes.
Okay.
312.
Perfect.
He did,
Or greater.
Mr. Wolf did state that it was a little
You
bit
did, I'm sorry,
over,
I
so
missed it.
that's okay.
Next step is to get your utility permits, get your foundation
So-
permit.
Okay, so we don't have no council, no nothing, we're
No.
good to
Yeah,
go with
They're
the
the final
permit
decision.
process,
Yes.
yeah.
good to
Tell your
go,
father
we'll be here
thank you for
tomorrow.
your
Thank you so much, we appreciate it, thank
Thanks.
you.
Thank you
Do
guys.
you have what you handed out to the commission members for the record, a copy?
That's house and,
Yeah,
I think this is the one you have.
yeah.
That's not bad.
The one from Walsenburg, though?
Thank you, gentlemen, I appreciate that.
Enjoy keeping the family
Yes,
closer
thank
together.
you.
But see, that's a
Enjoy
three
it.
helping, that's
Thank
even
you.
two
You have a great night.
clouds, but it's
Thank
beautiful.
you.
All right.
All right,
See,
thank
I have
you.
one more. I just wanted to know how your dad's doing.
Oh, thank you for
Done.
asking.
Thanks.
Thanks, Glenn.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.
Have a good night, sir.
You too.
Reports, chairman's reports.
You're the chairman, Mr. Coker.
I personally don't have any reports. Commissioners?
I've got a question, it's more of a question than a report, but, all the, what the improvements that are going on in the boulevard right now? Is there a map somewhere, or, I mean, cause all kinds of stuff is going on down there,
I can see what's available
okay?
and send it out to this board.
Okay, and well, specifically, I was, for Parks and Recs, I was posted with a signage assignment, so I was trying to find out what kind of signage they had planned for that, if they had anything, and I was gonna call Julie Knudsen, but I don't know if, is that,
Knudsen?
I don't, she's not city, so I assume that's city
It is city.
doing, I mean, yeah,
And I wanna say they do have some signage planned, so I will, I'll inquire tomorrow.
I mean, cause
and
like there's
send
a
it to
trail
you.
coming in and lots of clearing, and,
I do have one question that maybe
Thank you.
you guys might shed some light on, and I know what's done is done, it's already done. But I'm curious, for like the rad race, cause it seemed like the map changed from what was posted. Am I wrong in that statement? Cause it seemed like some things changed at the last minute, and the statement was, we wanted to make it more challenging for the riders. And if that's the case, there would be a permit pulled for traffic, correct?
Correct.
And usually you can't just change those, cause those have to go in for a review and they have to get approved and all that stuff, correct?
So the route was changed, from what it was originally, but it did go through all of the processes for approval. The most significant changes that they took the ending race down Chestnut Street. But aside from that, all approvals were in place for it.
I was just thrown off a little bit, so that's all. It was just that, for me, I just wanted clarification. I needed to understand, because I felt like things.
And keep in mind that there's an organizer that puts all of that race together. It's for approximately 1,000
Right.
cyclists.
Right.
And so it's a huge endeavor, and at the same time that they're hosting this one, they're planning the other ones. And so sometimes communication is I would say her communication is as good as it can possibly be.
Under the circumstances.
Yeah, under the circumstances, exactly, but you know, she's very busy and she's far enough away that sometimes it's a little bit challenging for us, but definitely all of the permitting was in place. We have multiple meetings with all of the department heads, with everyone involved, so that we ensure the safety of the riders and the public.
I think that was just my biggest thing, it's just like the general, for sure is the riders, that's what we wanna keep safe, but we wanna keep, you know, our community, you know,
Yes.
traffic signs or whatever, you know, if it changed a little bit. I don't know, I just felt like something changed at the end, and I just want a little bit more clarification, so thank you for that. Other than that, any reports from you guys?
I hope that you all saw my email and your planning drive that you'll have a special meeting on October the 24th. It'll be at 5:30. You have 2 applications. Both of them are variances. So you'll be the deciders on those.
Will I come to that or will I not?
You will.
Yes.
You will until we fill your seat, and hopefully you'll resubmit and continue as a board member.
It's a time situation.
I understand.
So
It's difficult.
You've been a benefit
I
to
can
us,
understand.
so
Yes.
know that if
We
that
would
was,
we would appreciate your
definitely.
commitment.
the only thing that stops me from resubmitting is the fact that I'm not 100% sure I can make it to the meetings.
That's the reason why we have a quasi judicial board, is so that we can cut each other slack every now and then. That's what it's all about.
Trust me, on the endeavor that I'm trying to take, I think about that a lot.
Such as being an adult,
That's right.
sometimes you have responsibility.
You really went there.
And with that,
We just
Really
that, yeah.
I'm gonna close the meeting.
Okay. We're all very accomplished adults here, just saying.